There are tons of business podcasts to choose from, but only one has the stamp of approval. Kristin Stampini is South Florida's leading real estate entrepreneur and your trusted source for everything real estate.
Welcome! I would like to welcome my listeners and thank you for joining us today for another episode of my podcast, The Stamp of Approval. I'm Kristin Stampini, co-founder of the Stampini Platinum Real Estate Group with RE/MAX in Boca Raton, Florida. I'm also a certified real estate coach with the Craig Proctor Systems and the owner of Global Virtual Real Estate Assistants. You may have heard me on the radio, and I'm also a real estate investor, a national trainer, a public speaker, and a certified inside sales agent trainer. So the Stamp of Approval podcast was launched, just a few months ago, and it was to help educate other realtors and consumers and actually other business owners across North America by sharing value and content to my listeners in each and every episode to bring you the best of the best in our speakers, as well as share my experiences and triumphs and my failures in life and throughout my entire life of how I am where I am today, and also with having a sales and a great mindset. So my guest today, who's also a great friend of mine, who is Rudy Kusuma, who he is a $1 million agent, a broker owner of RE/MAX Titanium, the Millionaire Agent Maker real estate company, dedicated to teaching his agents how to make multiple 6- and 7-figure incomes by selling real estate out in California. Rudy has been named as the #1 team leader in California by RE/MAX LLC. Rudy and his team have sold over $1 billion in transactions. He has been awarded multiple top producer awards, including the top 5 team leaders in RE/MAX worldwide out of 110,000 real estate agents. RE/MAX Titanium with Rudy Kusuma's Home Selling Team has been recognized as 2016 and 2017, and most recently, also 2018, is 5,000 fastest growing private companies in America. Rudy Kusuma is the co-author of the #1 international best-selling book, The Soul of Success, Volume 2 with Jack Canfield. Rudy Kusuma has been featured on ABC, NBC, Fox News Network across the country on his guest appearance at the Brian Tracy TV Show, where he discussed the real estate office of the future. So today, this episode that I'm going to be talking to Rudy about, we are going to talk about how to develop the best core values for a successful real estate team or even business. And the culture is the key to a successful business. Welcome, Rudy.
It's a pleasure to be here, Kristin. So much fun on my first podcast here.
I am so excited to have you. Oh, you have such great energy, and I know that my listeners will absolutely love you. So today, what I'd like to discuss with you, because you're so good at it and your team absolutely loves you. I was just there recently, right? And I saw the culture of your team. And, I just get goosebumps even right now sitting here and knowing how awesome your team is and what you've developed and the culture that you have developed with your team and what you've done and how you've done it. So talk to us a little bit about that.
Hey, so you are right, Kristin. When you were here last week, as you know, I'm truly standing on the shoulder of giants. These are the men and women in our team every day. These are the most hardworking people that I have fortunate to be associated myself with. So when we talk about culture, we are talking about how we do things around here. And I think most of the mistakes that most teams, most organizations do when they talk about culture is that they put something on the wall and they try to modify behaviors. They try to change people from the outside. So here in our team, when we talk about culture, we talk about who we truly are, right? So it's who you already are. And then what's on the wall is just a reflection of what you truly are from the inside. So the culture, we are talking about how you attract team members, but that's who you are first.
Go ahead and start with, how did you decide what your core values were, and how did you go from there to hire and then develop the culture of your team?
Yeah, so first thing we do, we get together our leadership team in a room, just like what you experienced last week, Kristin. So we had a conference, our 3 days conference. We locked ourselves up for 3 days, and we just go around the room and we ask, who are we? So for example, we came up with a long list. We came up with a list of maybe about 30, 50 who we are, and then we narrow it down to the top 10. So for example, we came up, one of the things as we went around the room, we asked about who are we? We talk about professionals striving for excellence. We believe that everything we do, we always do it in excellence, right? We talk about, you came to our conference last week. You can see those are all our people. We don't hire an outside production company to produce that. And then how do we serve our clients? We talk about core values number 2, care about each other, meaning when somebody, how do you know you care about each other? Well, when we look at ourselves, we know somebody's getting pregnant, somebody getting things happen in their life. Yes, we expect excellence in our daily lives, but we don't shoot the wounded, which means that if you are part of our team, and then yes, every day we expect you for excellence, but then if things happen in your personal life, we embrace you, we get together, we pray for you. In our team, we have our prayers team who always, we make sure that we love you and we care about you. And then the next core values, we talk about go to the extra mile. Kristin, so
let me hold on just a second. Let me ask you a couple questions because I saw it firsthand, right? So number one is very impressed. You guys get in a room and you guys decided as a family or team what those core values were going to be, because what was important to you all. So it wasn't just you; it was you and Vinny. It was all of you that put that together. Correct?
Yes, and you brought up a good point, Kristin. You talk about team and you talk about family. Here in our team, we really call ourselves team because think about it. You are not, think about it. You are not the family. We don't disconnect ourselves from a family. But a team, we expect people to perform at excellence. They know this is a professional work environment. We know, we embrace that. In fact, later on, we'll talk about the 4th group of people that we are serving. So we are a team. We are not a family. Sometimes when people try to be cheesy, they say, well, you're family. Well, you're not my family, right? Because if you're my family, if you're my mom, I won't fire you from if you're my mom, and vice versa.
Right. And you know, that's a good point. And one thing I really saw with the team is everybody really wanted to help each other, right? To help each other. Yeah. And they shared their successes, the different people on the team. But also what I felt in the culture, obviously, that you have developed is I felt that, you know, somebody had been, he just became a U.S. citizen after 30 years, right?
Oh, yes. Chris.
That was amazing. So you guys had a big celebration for him and recognized him, correct?
Yes, we truly, yes, that was really fun. He's waiting for 30 years, and finally at that conference last week, he earned his citizenship. That was amazing.
It really was amazing. And it was amazing to watch everybody involved. The other thing is every quarter you take is you know, you guys are number 5, you know, worldwide with Remax, and you take every quarter 3 days that you just spend with your team on growing and teaching and learning and coaching, right? And you guys basically shut down so you can give the best to all of your clients out there, right? So you've developed that culture of education.
Working on your business. Every 3-4 months, we shut down our office for 3 days. Think about it, Kristin. Can you imagine the amount of payrolls that's on that room?
Yeah.
For 3 days?
That's right. That's right. And you did such a great job. So you brought in different people because what is happening right now in California? The market is starting to really change, right? So
yeah, the market is changing, and we are always one step ahead of the competition. We don't believe in competition, Kristin. Competition is for the average. If you want to be successful, you got to dominate the marketplace. If you want to be the 1%, you got to do what the 99% of the people don't do. You see, Kristin, most real estate agents, they're so busy on a day-to-day, they're working in their business, right? And then what we do in our team every 3 months, we pause and we work on our business because one of our core values is striving for excellence. We are talking about go to the extra mile to serve each other. Humble and trustworthy.
Okay, so that's a good point. So what are your core values?
Yeah, let me run through it. And then after that, we're going to talk about each one.
Yep.
The first one, we are talking about striving for excellence. The second one, we are talking about truly care about one another. The third one is about to go to the extra mile to serve the other. We are talking about the second mile service. Core value number 4 is humble and trustworthy. Remember, there are many people in our team, as you saw last week. Everybody in our team, we have young people doing extremely well, but humility is important because otherwise, I've seen so many people in the team before, right? In real estate, everybody's making so much money, and then it crashed, basically, right? Because of humility problem. And then core values number 5 is being coachable and eager to improve. Being coachable and eager to improve. In fact, one of the reasons people in our team becoming successful is because of their being coachable. And number 6 is never gossip, right? Gossip is having a conversation about somebody when they are not there. That's gossip. And
right. And also, do you look at gossip as going to somebody else and talking to them about something that they can't solve the problem, right? Solve the issue.
Yeah, that's called gossip. Talking about things. So, for example, I have issue with my appointments. Then I'll talk to the admin staff team. That's not solving the problem, right? So gossip, we really, really take that seriously. And then core values number 7 is respect the opinions of others. And then the core values number 8 is openly share our thoughts, open communication.
Yeah, those are good. And I want you to go through each of them. But let me just say one other thing. When I walked into that room last week for those 3 days, you could feel the energy, the excitement. You could feel working, on your team and how much everybody loved it. But also it was surrounded by your core values. So you posted things everywhere. So everybody knows what that is, right? So they know what the core values are and what your mission and the vision is of the team.
Yes, and without vision, in the Bible it says, with no vision, the people perish. Think about it. With no vision, the people perish. The people perish, Kristin. So here in our team, our mission is to elevate people's life. And then we ask the next question is who? Who are the people that we are trying to influence? Think about it. Many people trying to develop their core values, but they don't even know who are the people. So who are the people? There are 4 groups of people when we develop our core values, we keep in mind there are 4. It's kind of like a table, right? There are 4-legged stool. The first one is our clients. We have to keep in mind the first group of people is our clients. The second group of people is the team members, the people in our team, the team members. The third one is our vendor partners. And the last, number 4, the group is the community. So one of our core values is be generous. So those are the 10 core values. But when we develop those 10 core values, Kristin, we keep in mind the 4 people. So we go back. The fundamental, the basis of this is with no vision, the people perish. But then we ask, who are the people? And then as we reflect back in our business, there are 4 group of people. It's the clients, the team members, the vendor partners, and the community. If you remember when you came to our office last week, at the back, right around at the edge of the room, you can see our vendors partners are involved on that conversation. In fact, on day one, we have a conversation focused on our vendor partners and the community.
Oh, I love it. And you know what? You're so right. And so can you break those core values down a little bit and explain what they mean to you?
The core values?
Yes.
Yes. The first one, striving for excellence. Anything worth doing with excellence, right? So either you do or you don't, right? So that's the first one, everything we do with excellence here. The second one, we talk about truly care about one another. When we talk about truly care about one another, we talk about being sympathetic. We are talking about, you witnessed it last week, and those are not made up, right? Remember, what are core values? Core values are who we truly are. When we develop this core value, we found out that these people in our team, they truly, genuinely care about each other. So we just put it there. Last week, you witnessed Chris Solis getting his citizenship for 30 years. And there's so many stories like that, Kristin. And so I know these people care about each other. The next one, we talk about going to the extra mile. When we talk about going the extra mile, I think, I don't know, share with me your experience. When you came here to our office last week, one of our operation team leaders knew, take care of that. How was your experience as far as going to the extra mile? I hope somebody picked you up from the airport. I hope somebody stayed in the hotel. Like, how did it?
Oh, absolutely. So it was like, okay, so Kristin, we want, tell me what is good for you. When, what day do you want to fly on? And they went out of their way to make sure that they set me up on, the airlines and your.
Who picked you up? Who picked you up from the airport?
You guys had some driver pick me up.
Yeah, just so you know, Kristin, just so you know, I did not get involved with that. Actually, one of our leaders here, I think knew, was the one who's arranging the whole thing. So that's an example of going into the extra mile. And when we talk about working with our clients, home buyers, for example, as you know, most real estate agents, they only show homes that's available on the internet. Here in our team, we always ask this question to the agent in my team. Every time we do a training, we ask this. If the buyers buy a home with our competitors, are they eventually going to end up with the same home anyway? Because if the answer is yes, then you don't go to the extra mile, then you're useless in this transaction. So here in our team, for example, going to the extra mile, when somebody's thinking of buying a home, in addition to homes that they can see online, we give them access to homes that they cannot see online. For example, for sale by owners, expired, cancel, withdrawn, homes previously listed, new construction, and stuff like that. And then the next one in our core values, we are talking about being humble and trustworthy. There's so many, most recently, sometimes when you are successful, when you become successful, people making money, then it's easy for human nature to become cocky and stuff like that. And that's when we have to make a decision we have to remind people that which one is more important, the core values or the skill. If we have to make a decision between skill and core values, we pick core values all day long, Kristin. We terminated relationship with team members who don't. So the reason we come up with the core values is because this is how we hire and fire team members.
Right. So talk about that a bit. So talk about that a bit. How do you hire people from the core values? What do you do? What do you look for?
Using this. So we are going through this check mark here because if you come in here and say, hey, I'm so good, I'm the number one, whatever, but then we have issue with humble and trustworthy, for example, right? Or being coachable, then we will not on board that. Or we actually, and you know what, Kristin, sometimes it's hard because when we run a sales team, we know if somebody bringing in money, right, somebody closing deals, then the tendency of their team leaders is to keep somebody like that. But what if that person is toxic? What if that person is not coachable? What if that person is not being humble? Now you as a team, not just the team leaders, but you as a team have to make that decision to basically terminate that relationship. And then the next one is being respectful of other people's opinions, and then listen to and support one another, and openly share our thoughts. That's why we have every time, if you remember, when you came to our conference, you remember we sit in a round table.
That's right.
We sit in round table because the reason we sit in round table instead of in rows in a classroom setting, because we want to encourage that collaboration, that team spirit, that together. And then the last one is being generous. I'm not sure if you know, Kristin, that every single person all the introduction that you did just now was really awesome. The fact that our team has been recognized as the number one, and then Inc. 5,000 fastest growing company. But you know what's more important than all those? Because at the end of the day, when you and I die, we are not going to be known by the number of homes sold, but we're going to be known by how many. The question is this: how many lives, how many souls have you touched while you are here on earth? So the last core values that we had, I think, is the most important, which is be generous, and always do the right thing. So just so you know, people in our team, every single person, everybody, we never ask money from our clients, but every time we close escrow, every time we buy and sell homes, we take a portion. Each one of the team members take a portion of their income from their pockets towards a mission. In this year, 2018, Kristin, we built 6 medical clinics. We serve over 3,000 patients to help in deep villages in Indonesia, in South Africa. I was born in Indonesia. And so we adopt that. And locally here in Children's Hospital in Los Angeles, we were named as the #1 fundraising office for this year. So
wow.
that's more important, Kristin, than all those, the number of homes, because if you help other people to get what they want, you get what you want. And at the end of the day, when you and when I pass away, I don't want to be known as the guy who sells thousands of homes. But the question is, how many lives have we touched while we are here on earth? What's the purpose of your life, right? I think at the conference you touched that. What's the purpose? Why are you doing this?
That's right. And actually, we did talk about it at the conference a little bit, too, because you and I both want to change people's lives. And we want to be a part of watching people's lives change because of what we're doing. And that is so important to both of us. And I think we both, discussed that last week at your conference as well, which was awesome. So for our listeners, this was so good. And for our listeners, really talking about the culture and how it's, one of the top keys to success. For the closing, what can listeners that really don't have a culture or maybe not even a good culture, what are some key takeaways that you can give them that they could implement today in developing the culture of their team?
Yeah, everybody, every organization, every team already have a culture. So what is a culture is who you are. So if there's any other teams watching this, we have many people now, Kristin, on Facebook Live watching this. My question is this: look at your team, get together with your team now, with your leadership team or with the team, and ask, who are you? You already have a culture in your organization. A culture means who you are. A culture means how we do things around here. That's what it means. Don't be somebody else. Don't try to copy somebody else, because every single one of you, every family has a culture, whether you write it or not. Every family, every relationship, every companies, every teams already have a culture. You just have to pause, get together with your team and ask yourself, who are we? And then you write it down. And then you boil it down to maybe the top 3 or 5 or 10 max, but don't go more than 10, right? But 3 to 5 to 10 max. Who are you?
Yeah, that's
So
really...
that's the first thing I would recommend.
Okay, that's awesome advice. And what if they maybe have a culture right now, but unfortunately that culture needs to be, they need to bring in maybe some different people or some different energy. Okay, because it's more of maybe down culture or not a happy place that people want to work. What can they do to work on changing, the culture of the people that are there?
You gotta change. It's a decision. You gotta change. It's basically a flip of a switch, right? So not too long ago, our team. So we just have to make a decision. You as the leaders, you have to make a decision if there's a toxic behavior in the team. And this is the problem, Kristin. When people are greedy, when I say greedy, I'm talking about if you work for money, then you won't be able to, because sometimes maybe the person with this bad influence, with this toxic behavior, maybe they're bringing money, right? So you don't want to lose that revenue. So you actually hang on to that bad behavior. But I'm telling you, if you're willing to let go what's good, that's how you make your team becoming from good to great to excellence to completely changing. You truly live your life while you are still on earth to live your true purpose in life. But if you are greedy, when I say greedy, I'm talking about, I understand, right? There's bills to pay. And so most team leaders, Kristin, they hang on to this toxic behavior, knowing that's toxic, but at the same time, they don't want to lose. They're afraid of the revenue. But I'm telling you, the only way to go up, the only way for a rubber band, the law of the rubber band, right? So the only way to go up, you have to clean up. Sometimes you got to clean up the house And then that's how the team is going to grow. You have to be willing to let go what's good so your team could be great and excellent.
Yes, that's awesome.
Not easy. That's not easy. I know that's not easy.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so if people have more, first of all, Rudy, if you can give people, your information, where you're at in California. Also, if people are looking at, possibly talking, to joining an amazing team, right? You're hiring as well.
Oh, yes. And 2019, Kristin, as I'm talking to you, right, this is the advice for people in my team. We have people in my team watching this as well. So here in our team, we have over 35 family part of our outside sales team. We have 11 people in our inside sales team. So we have about 70 people in our Team New Vision. But then in 2019, how can we serve more people? Then our mission in 2019, Kristin, is to help more real estate agents to grow and develop their own real estate sales teams, because we are using Team New Vision as a platform, as a sample, as a prototype, because as you know, there's a huge problem in real estate industry today. Many real estate agents trying to build a team, and they go to their coach, to their manager, to their brokers, and as you know, most of the brokers and managers, they never even sell homes successfully, never mind coaching the other people on how to develop a team. So in 2019, our mission is to help 50 real estate agents to grow and develop their own real estate sales teams. So to do that, you are welcome for a backstage tour of our team, so you can see how the team system works. All you need to do, call 626-789-0159. Kristin, our office is in San Gabriel Valley. And basically, we are building teams all over Los Angeles County and Orange County. So people in LA and Orange County, if they want to build their own 7-figure real estate sales team, we are using Team New Vision. Because basically, there's a credibility, right? Kristin, there's a, like, who are you coaching me to build a successful team? Well, we have done it for the past 10 years to build Team New Vision. And now I want to partner up with 50 different team leaders here to build their own team.
That's awesome. Okay, so everybody out that's listening, thank you, listeners. Reach out to Rudy if you want to, learn more about the culture. Like he said, he invites you in to see his culture firsthand. So anyways, thank you all for joining us today, and we will talk to you later. Thanks, listeners.